Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing tonight? I know I am sliding in here a little late. Sorry, everybody. But I got kids, right? I got kids. So, sorry about that. Oh, Sue. Sue Lawson. She is number one in here tonight. Amen. Yes. And Lady G says, hey, PG. Or Lady Q. Lady Q is definitely number two. God bless. Mara, number three. Hey, PG. Hey to all you girls. How you doing tonight? And Deputy Sheriff, you slid in fourth. That is funny. Mara, yes, we got a new member. Amen. Yes, yes. God bless. New member. I appreciate that, sweetie. I appreciate your support for this channel. Absolutely. Oh, look at her name, all lit up in that pretty green. That's beautiful. Absolutely. Um, how you doing? How you doing? Our bucket list has holes. Cool gamer, sweet tea. How's everybody doing tonight? How you doing, puppy? Melody, how you doing tonight? Let me see. Hello, Pam. There's Fancy. How you doing? April, how you doing tonight, sweetie? God bless. God bless. Precious Me says, good evening, everyone. Purple hearts for summer. Fancy got some purple hearts for summer, too. God bless. Purple hearts. God bless. I'm glad to see him. Glad to see him. Okay. How you doing, sweetie? Melissa from Kentucky. There we go. There we go. Hey, girl, you family. You family. You from Kentucky, you family. Anybody from the hills, we all family. Love you too, April. That is so sweet. Says I love you, PG. Beautiful purple hearts for a little summer. God bless. God bless. That is beautiful. All right. I wanted to come in tonight because over the last few days, you know, I've been asking myself, about Donald's statement of, just getting the statement that was made of just getting her back. Now, when I was upon Daisy's panel, I asked him what did he mean by that, right? I said, what did you mean when you said I had just got her back? Where has she been, right? Where's she been? She had to be somewhere to get her back. He said, I don't know what I meant by that statement, right? If I heard it, or he said, where'd you hear that from? And I told him from him, right? He says he didn't remember. Maybe if he heard it, he could remember and kind of give us an answer upon it. So, and it's something that, that I've been wondering about, and a lot of other people, over the last, 20 months, a lot of us been asking that question, what did he ever mean by that statement that was made, right? So, anyhow, you can't make statements like that, right? Because he made that statement early on. And You can't make statements like that without having something in your head as to why you said it, right? I mean, if I say, oh, I can't believe I lost my pocketbook after just getting it back, then that means, I either had lost it, previous and had gotten it back, or I left it somewhere and just gotten it back, right? I mean, had to be a reason. Maybe I loaned it out, just gotten it back, right? But anyway it goes, just gotten it back stuck in my head, and I know the answer to it. I can't figure out how someone could forget a statement like that. How do you forget that? They both didn't name their daughter Summer Moon Utah Wells. Donald names Summer Moon Utah Wells. Candace said that she didn't name Summer at all. Matter of fact, Candace really didn't want Summer. Yeah, so she's like, she was like, she wasn't, maybe she had, something going on, after she had Summer. I don't know, like a lot of women, deal with different issues after birth, and they don't bond, right? They don't bond with their child. Or anyway, I don't know what it was, but it from my understandings, Candace was going to let Grandis adopt Summer, and Donald said no. Donald's the one wanted to keep Summer. Donald was the one that named Summer. Now that we all learned that early on, and even Candace does not. Candace does not hide that fact. She will come out and absolutely, admit to it. She'll admit to it. So, prayers for Candace. She needs heart surgery. No, she don't. I don't know where you're getting that, Robin, but no. Candace is fine. I wish Donald would quit saying that Candace has strokes and needs heart surgeries and stuff like that, because, be careful what you say. Be careful what you say, because, what if she did have a stroke? I mean, I wouldn't allow my husband to say things like that about me if it was not truth, right? I would not let him say things like that, because I know she has not had any strokes. That came from Mary. That all came from Mary. And then for some reason, Donald started saying she had strokes. I mean, I would be so pissed off if someone did that to me. I mean, I really would be upset, because, I mean, I would not ever play sick and fear that God would really make me sick, right? I'd fear that God would really make me sick by just playing like that. No, don't do it. Candace was born. I think she was born with the little heart murmur or whatever it is. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. But anyway, hers needed, because some babies are born with it and it'll, and it'll close on its own as the child gets older, right? Some need surgery. That's true. Candace happened to be one that needed surgery when she was a baby. It's kind of like fixing a hernia, right? That's what it's kind. You put the mash in there, and it's probably good to get it checked every so often or whatever. But pretty much once the doctor fixes it, it's fixed, right, for life. So, but she did at some point go to a hospital, and they convinced her she needed a pacemaker that she did not need. I mean, like the batteries went out in it, and she hadn't got no new batteries in 20 years. And, she didn't ever need them. She didn't need the pacemaker. It was a lie. So, she had a lawsuit and a half there, right? She had a lawsuit and a half on that one. So, yeah. So, hello, Lisa. How you doing tonight, sweetie? So, I don't know. I mean, I think Candace is just fine, and she should thank God. Thank God that she just had a little bit of flu and stuff. She got some medicine. She's doing much better. Man, thank God. And don't be lying about your health. Don't be lying about your health, right? Don't lie about that. Seriously. I mean, God gives you a good day. Thank Him. Thank Him. I mean, that's them good days is when you should fall on your knees and so thank God for the good days. Because, too many bad days end up in our lives, right? We're on our knees enough on the bad days. Let's not forget to drop down and thank God for all the good ones as well. I know I do. I know I definitely. God knows PG's heart. I'd be thankful for everything. For everything. Well, PG, please say you're not falling for their lies. I'm going to tell you something. You better get up early and go to bed fucking late, or maybe not at all. The full PG. I do my homework. Right? I would, like I said, I will walk through hell for Summer. I will walk through hell for any child that needs our help. Children are worth that walk through hell. They are worth the walk through hell. And I will walk through over hot coals if I had to get the answers we need to possibly find these missing babies, bring them home, and get justice for them. These children are, they were our future that someone destroyed. And I think that's bullshit. That child had every right to live and was destroyed by someone who has enjoyed the fuck out of living their life, right? They enjoyed living their life, but destroyed someone else's. No, that don't sit well with me, especially when that someone is a child or an old person that had every damn right to live, right? Don't tell me about how someone's old and it didn't matter. It did matter, because that old person could have more time on this earth left than the very person that destroyed them. We don't know. There's no expiration date on anyone. But a child definitely has plenty of years ahead of it. We know that for a fact. And someone blew in and stole those years away from it. Right? And that someone needs to be punished. You know? I mean, they ain't going to get away with it anyway, right? I mean, God is the ultimate judge. Even if we don't get judged on this, this evil, creepy little earth that we're on right now, with these creepy little human beings that's, super weird. A whole lot of them are super weird. We're going to get judged in the, we're going to all be judged in the end, right? On Judgment Day. On Judgment Day. The Bible says that, the goats are going to be on the left and God's lambs are going to be on the right. Right? Because the goats aren't going to be allowed to stand in the congregation of the righteousness. It's going to be separation. Right? Well, I sure to hell wouldn't want to be on the left. I don't want to be on the left. That's why you got to do everything right. That's why you got to do everything right in this life. Because you don't want to be on the left. Right? I know you don't give CPR for a stroke. No, you give CPR when somebody's drowning or drowned. Sometimes you can resuscitate them with CPR. I don't know. Actually, every time you turn around, CPR is different, right? CPR is different. I mean, that's why you got to keep going back and taking new classes, because always something different. They see now where, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation isn't good when it comes to certain things, right? It's just, I don't know. The medical field is always moving forward, right? Progress. We call it progress. Hello? It's just, hello? Don't ask me. Just don't ask me. I don't know. you get all kinds of callers. When you put a number up, you get all kinds of callers. Yes, hello Wisconsin mama. How you doing tonight, sweetie? Mommy of 6, how you doing? Anyway, I'm not here to talk about Candace and CPR. You know, I really ain't. I'm really not. I just wish that, I wish the Wells could please tell the truth. I wish they could tell the truth. I'm going to tell you something. I have been there when people were having strokes, and no CPR was performed. A matter of fact, I haven't seen one stroke victim that's been CPR'd. That's true. Now I've seen them, I've seen them get at the IVs and all kinds of stuff, and sometimes usually if someone has a stroke, it's because they have a carotid artery in the neck, and that carotid artery needs to be opened, or they have a stroke because, for different reasons. There's different reasons people have strokes, okay? It just depends on what kind of stroke you had. There's different types of strokes that people have, but the main one is carotid artery. But as for the Wells and Candace Needham, I'm going to tell you now. If Candace fell in front of me, would I give her CPR? That's going to be a hard day, right? That's going to be a hard day. A hard day. A hard day. A real hard day. I'm not saying I wouldn't give Candace CPR. I probably would. I probably would. But I'm going to be a little upset with God, right? I'm going to be a little upset with God. Because, I know he went before me. I know he went before me, right? Didn't warn me about that one, right? That would be a hard one. That would be a hard one. I mean, some people are, I know some people need CPR, and you do not want to be the one picked to do it, right? You don't want to be the one picked to do it. But if I was, yes. Because I would have to, it'd be hard. But being a God-fearing Christian, I'd be afraid not to, right? I got to do for others what I want done for myself. Of course, I would want, I would want to help. If it was me, I would want to help. And I would give her the help. I would. I don't hate Candace. I don't hate her. Even if we found out Candace did do this horrible thing to her daughter, I'm still not going to hate her, because the Bible tells us not to hate, right? I'm not going to hate her. I'm not going to like what she did, right? I'm not going to hate Candace. I'm going to hate what Candace done, right? I'm going to hate what she did. I'm gonna hate whatever evilness was inside her to allow her to do that, right? That led her to do it. But I'm not gonna hate her, you know? And I'm sure if she did something like that and she could ever take it back, she would. I'm sure she would take it back. She can't take it back. She can only move forward. She can only move forward. You know, but I wish they would move forward with the truth. I wish they would move forward, you know. I'm not saying she did anything to her daughter. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know what happened to Summer. I just know that what I believe, and I believe that whatever did happen to Summer, Candace has some knowledge of it. I truly believe that. And I cannot let that go. I cannot let that go. I will not let that go. Because every sign is pointing to it. I mean, if law enforcement, you know, law enforcement knows what the hell they're doing. I don't care, you know, I don't care how much, you know, distrust people have in law enforcement. I happen to have a hell of a lot of trust in them. I know that they know what they're talking about. Now, law enforcement can't, just like us, law enforcement's no different than we are, right? And just like us, you know, even though we can't prove somebody did something, we still pretty damn much know they did, right? I mean, there's a difference in knowing someone did something and being able to prove it. I mean, you could be with someone that does something evil and you can tell on them, but you can't prove they did it. If they say, oh, no, it wasn't me, it was you, and you're sitting there saying, no, it was them, whoever's listening to you two don't really know who the hell it was. It's your word against theirs. Now prove that it was them that did it and not you. Because that's hard to prove. Even though you know you didn't and they did, it's hard to prove, right? It's hard to prove. Well, that's what law enforcement's dealing with on the Hill. That's what they're dealing with. I mean, they have a lot of evidence. This evidence is all pointing in one direction, but it's not enough to prosecute right now. I mean, they need something more solid. Not that they ain't got nothing solid. They just need something more solid, right? That's what I'm talking about. And, you know, I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure if, yeah, that's true, Trevor Lee. That's true. TBI is great, but, you know, I called down there and talked to, the guy that's over Summer's case, and Pruitt. I like to call him Mr. Prune, but because, you know, he's really, I mean, he's erratic, right? He's erratic. I don't know what the hell's going on at home with him. Obviously, I mean, that man really needs to get laid or something, because he is a real bitch, right? He got issues. Yeah, I'm telling you, they ain't nobody rubbing his back at home. That's for damn sure. That dude is tensed as hell, right? He is tensed as hell. I mean, his I'm serious. That guy's ass is so tense. he walks funny. He's got issues. Yeah, I agree, Travis. When I wish when I called him, I thought, he had to take a freaking crap and it was trying to come out sideways. That dude have issues. Seriously. Sounds like he's always fucking constipated or something, right? Take a laxative, dude. I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah. But Donald said, he made the statement that if I hear it, I'll be able to answer it. Well, I'm going to let him hear it. I'm going to play it. Let him hear it.
Someone taking your daughter hostage. Yeah. Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? There it is. Your beautiful daughter that you just got back. Here we go, Donald.
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage. Yeah. Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head. Would you not want to kill them?
Yes, I would.
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head. Would you not want to kill them?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that statement? Hey, Grizzle. God bless. I got a super sticker. Yes. I so appreciate that. God bless. God bless. So grateful. Amen. Absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate that, Deputy Sheriff Grizzle. We appreciate you. Absolutely. God bless. Yeah. What does he mean? Now, let's go back and let's break this down.
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage. So, do you guys know who took her? If someone takes someone hostage, that means that they are informing you. Hostage means, they're informing you that they got the person, right? That's what hostage is. Nobody takes somebody hostage. Abduction and hostage is two different things. When someone abducts someone, they don't call you and let you know about it, or threatened you beforehand and then did it. That's when somebody in that 5 or 10 seconds that you wasn't looking and turned around and someone's gone and you're staring in every direction. Now that's called abduction. But hostage is when someone's taken for a reason. They want money, or they want, your color TV. I don't know. But they want something in order to give you back whatever they took, right? Right? Like, when you're a kid when you're a kid and one of your siblings stole your teddy bear or your dolly and they ain't giving it back until you get them some candy or you give them some of your allowance to pay up, and then they'll give you back your toy, or you might not ever see it again. Right? Even if you go to your parents, they'll be like, I ain't got it. She probably left it somewhere or lost it. And they know for a fact that it's probably smashed between their mattress and box springs, right? And they've been sleeping on it. Yeah. That's hostage. Absolutely. So I know all about hostage, right? Because my brother used to take my teddy bear and, it looked like a pancake because, you'd have to give him, some of the cookies from the lady next door or, something, candy, your whole freaking stocking or sock. We didn't have a stocking. We had a freaking old sock hung up, but hey, yeah. He'd be like, give up your stocking and you get your teddy bear back, right? My brother was mean. So, with that being said, that's what hostage is, Donald. So what are you talking about hostage, right? What are you talking about hostage? Now, let's go on to hear him a little bit more here.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back? Where had she been? Where had she been? You just got back. I don't know. I don't know. How you doing, Jenny? Amen. Prayers for sweet summer. Absolutely. God bless. Right. Where had she been? See, these are the questions I want answered. These are the questions I want answered.
And they're playing games with your fucking head.
And they're playing games with your effing head. Is someone playing games? Did someone offer, to return Summer if you give them something? I'm not understanding this. He's not talking about Ziggy's daughter. He's talking about his own daughter. He's talking about Summer. That's who he's talking about. Absolutely, Summer needs to be found. PG, he's just going to lie again. Probably so. This recording was before he went to jail. Before he ever went to jail is when this recording was done. This was early on. But that's what I'm talking about. Right? I just like to know, where is this conversation coming from? That's what I want to know, is where is the conversation coming from?
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head. Would you not want to kill them?
Yeah.
Would you not want to kill them? From what this sounds like, someone took your daughter for hostage. They're fucking with your head about giving it back, not giving them back. And you know who it is, and you want to kill them. I mean, that's to my understanding. That's, this is to my understanding. Now, I don't know. It could be something different, right? But we need Donald to answer that. These are the questions we want him to answer. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. He said he don't remember saying it. Maybe he's just fucking with somebody. Maybe he's just fucking with Ziggy. I don't know, or whoever he was talking to there. I have no idea. Maybe he was just, maybe he thought of someone that but. When did you just get her back? Where did you just get her back from? What do you mean just got her back? I don't understand that. Yeah, you can call on the phone, and you're always welcome to come on panel. It's open panel here every night. Call-ins. I am doing call-ins right now for people that don't want to be on panel, people that don't want to take the link and come up. So you got or don't know how, or intimidated by coming up. But I made it easy because you can be live on the phone now. Nobody see you. We can only hear you. And you don't have to tell everyone who you are. You don't even have to tell me who you are if you don't want to. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? What do you think about this particular video? What you just heard? And that definitely is Donald. Nobody played with it. Nobody, tweaked it. I mean, that we all know that's Don's voice. So, I don't know. Now, he ain't referring to Ziggy's daughter. That makes no fucking sense at all. They are talking about his daughter, not Ziggy's daughter. Yeah, as in a sense, if I asked you, how would you like someone to, if I got my dog stolen and I said, well, how do you like to get your dog stolen by some neighbor that, thinks they have a right to just go around, take anything as if it's their own. I'm talking about my dog, not yours, just because I said, put it in a scenario of how would you like it if it was your dog, which is not. That's what's going on here. I mean, we ain't talking about Ziggy's daughter. Hell to the no-no. Hell to the no-no. We are talking about this little beautiful girl in her daddy's arms right now. Safe in her daddy's arms. That's who we're talking about. Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Up here on panel. Safe in her daddy's arms. And that's where she should have stayed. But she didn't. Now she's missing. And we need to find her, right? We need to find her. Summer needs found. And we're not going to do that by getting a run around the fucking bush, right? Now I'm going to tell you something. I know there's a lot of people talking with the Wells right now. I know this. Right? Amen. Exactly, Trevor. Exactly. 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 Don and Candace need to start making this about Summer and not about themselves. It's been a shit show for too long, and Summer suffers the most. Summer has suffered the most. In all of this, 20 months as of the 15th, missing as of the 15th of this month. 20 months missing. And Summer has got nothing but the fucking worst end of everything. Right? She has got nothing but the worst end of everything. Summer was pushed into Bolivia. She was actually pushed into the very, very, very farthest, darkest background from day one. Right? There was everything else in the spotlight but Summer. Everything. Everything. Right? And people were, Don and Candace were in the spotlight. Right? Talking about yellow cars. They talked about Mr. Dobbs. Mr. Dobbs was in the spotlight. Jody Sue was in the spotlight. Andy was getting more attention than Summer. Jody Sue's son, her daughter. Fred Hill. Right? Donald's co-worker, Dudley. I mean, we were seeing Dudley, we were seeing Jose, we were seeing Donald, we were seeing all these things. But where was Summer? Where was Summer? Where was she? I tell you where she was. Pushed into the damn background. That beautiful little baby girl was pushed into the background. Well, people talked about everything else, right? About Dudley being on the hill, working for Donald, not getting his money. Yeah, complete and utter shit show. Right? Allie and Hunter, and it was all about, Chris Sims showing up with the pizza that he ate, and, he should have got more than one. We heard about Mary and Jeannie and Utah and Grandis running off and where Grandis is staying. Well, I don't give a fuck where Grandis is staying. I don't give a fuck about Allie getting one piece or a five. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I don't care if Donald paid Dudley or he didn't pay Dudley. I don't care about none of this. I do not care about the case in Utah, right? I don't care about it. It has nothing to do with this case. I do not give a damn about Candace's medical fucking problems. What I do give a fuck about is Summer Moon Utah Wells, June the 15th, 2021, and what the fuck happened. That's what I give a damn about. That's it. That's all I give a damn about. And I give a damn about why the hell, Don Wells, are you saying you just got your daughter back? Who the hell are these people that, supposedly, let's hear it again.
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Who's these people? I can't imagine someone taking any child hostage, Don Wells. Can't even imagine it. You are not, you are not president of the United States. You are not a congressman, a senator. You are not, a judge in a high court or even a low one. You are not an everyday big time spotlight figure. So who the hell's going to take your daughter for hostage? And why did we not get no phone calls about what we need to do to get her back? I mean, right? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back.
Where was she? Where had she been? Hello? Hello? Hold on a second, hon. What's your question?
I have a question.
Sure.
If Donnie knew that Summer was taken, then why did they call a missing person report in?
Exactly.
See, that don't even make any sense.
Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I just wanted to know that. Because those people put their lives on, they put their lives in danger to search for a child that they couldn't even find.
Yes, they did. And a child that the Wells plainly stated that they knew was not out there to be found.
Exactly.
And if they just gotten her back, where the hell had she been?
They probably sold her to begin with and then come up with the money to go get her back. And then they had the people that had bought her, when they gave them back to her, something happened and Summer come up missing. They probably come and got her.
Why would they come and get her if something already happened to her?
I don't know.
My thing is, he says hostage. He says just got her back.
Right.
He says they're fucking with his mind, playing games. And he says,
No, they're not. He knows right where that baby is.
then why isn't he telling?
I don't know. Because it's a mind thing that they got going on to make people believe that Summer's out there missing.
Right.
Would be my guess.
Wow. It just angers you. It angers you. I asked him about this on Mrs. Daisy's panel. And he didn't,
Right.
he
He
don't,
can't even give straight out answers.
he couldn't even remember. He said that he don't remember. I mean, he remembers Utah riding around on a dirt bike, and his sister being on the back of it. He remembers, Mary and Candace being in a Arkansas, right? He remembers being in Arkansas, meeting up with Candace, ending up getting, a baby, which was their oldest son. He remembers going to Tennessee, having his other 3 children there. He remembers all these things, right? But he doesn't, he can't remember just getting his daughter back around the time she came up missing again.
Right.
Don't make no sense to me.
Exactly.
I don't understand it.
I don't either. This whole case just makes me sick.
If somebody's got this baby because of a debt that Don and Candace had, then how come when people were giving them all those gift cards and all that money, how come they wasn't paying to get this baby back?
I don't know.
I mean, if someone had my child, I don't give a damn if it's $100,000. I would have sold that whole fucking hill to get my daughter back, right?
Right.
I mean, it's especially, if you owe a debt and someone took your child for that debt, then you're going to try to pay that debt ASAP, right?
Exactly.
Donald has no reason to take his daughter. He has a big spread of land up there. I'm sure if he turned it over to him, they'd have returned his child to him, right?
Right.
Because all they want is their money. They don't want your kid. They just are serious about you giving them back their money.
Right.
But I don't think that's what happened.
And see, he tried to sell his oldest son when he was little, and his ex-wife stopped him from selling the child for drugs.
I heard that. Now, I don't know how true it is because, I hear a lot of people say a lot of things that there's no truth to at all. I wasn't there. So, Donald says he wasn't trying to sell his son. His first wife didn't ever come out and say nothing like that.
He is a liar because he did try to sell his oldest son because he owed a drug deal. He owed a bunch of money for drugs.
Who told you this?
Well, he's a liar.
Who told you this?
What?
Who told you that?
I've known Donnie for years.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you live in Utah?
No, ma'am, I live in Arkansas.
Oh, so you met him in Arkansas?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and did he tell you that he tried to sell his child?
No, but I know all of his family.
Oh, do you know his first wife?
Yes, ma'am.
And she told you he did do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, then, okay. That's, there you go, folks. We got a lady on the phone that knows Don Wells, that knows his whole family, and the wife actually told this lady that Don Wells did indeed try to sell his first son for drugs. Oh, wow. Hey, I appreciate you calling in, hon. I absolutely
Well, you're
appreciate you
welcome.
calling in. I got some other questions for you.
Okay.
You. The sister that Don supposedly did something to. They say there was other ones that he did something to as well. Other family members that he did things to
Yes,
as
his
well.
oldest daughter. His oldest daughter.
His real daughter?
Yes, his oldest daughter.
He indeed tried to do something to his oldest daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
As an SA?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. His own blood daughter?
Yep.
Mm.
Pam had to keep a close eye on Margie.
Pam said that?
Yep.
Now, do you know Margie? Do you know the daughter Margie?
Yes, I do.
Did she say that he tried to do anything to her when she was a child like that?
Margie wouldn't talk about it, but Pam would.
Okay. And how much do you trust Pam to be telling the truth? Because I know
I trust Pam enough.
she was like a substance abuser and stuff as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you know what split Pam and Donald up?
I'm not sure what split them up, but I do know that they split up. Pam went to Utah and stayed in Utah for a long time, and then she came back to Arkansas, and then she went back to Utah.
And when she came back to Arkansas, did she come back with her children, or did she not have her children?
No, her two oldest children were over 18 whenever she left.
Oh, Utah.
Yep.
So when she came to Utah, when she moved to Utah, did her two children, was they ever in Arkansas with her?
Yeah.
Okay. And how old was they? How were they when they were in Arkansas? How old was his two children? So you're telling me that Don and Pam came with the two kids, came to Arkansas, and that's where he ended up leaving her at.
Yeah.
Oh, so he didn't leave her in Utah then?
No, he didn't leave her in Utah. He left her in Arkansas.
Oh, so basically he said he was homeless in Arkansas when he met Candace.
No, Candace was homeless.
Candace was the one homeless, not Donald.
Yeah, Candace was homeless.
So Donald had a home with Pam and his two children, and he basically left Pam and his two children for Candace.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Folks. Yes. Now we are getting to know the story about Don Wells and Candace Wells, right? So then Pam stuck in Arkansas raising two children that belong to Don Wells, and she has to go back to Utah with them.
Yes.
I see. Because in Utah is where she had family to help her.
Yeah.
Right.
And And I do believe her oldest son is down there with her now.
Her oldest son is with her now.
Yeah.
Are you still friends with them?
Well, I haven't talked to Pam in several years.
Okay.
But I did talk to Candace, 3 years ago.
Right.
And she told me that the kids were just fine.
She told you that her kids were doing just fine.
Yep.
Now, did you know about Candace having them first 2 kids and you know, the little boy get something happening to the little boy?
No, I didn't know Candace's oldest 2 kids. She never talked about them.
She didn't talk about having any children before Donald's
No.
kids. So the only kids you had any recognition of was the 4 that Candace had.
Yes.
Yeah, Pam was older than Donald and Candace was younger. It sounds like Donald in his younger years was looking for a mommy, and then in his later years looking for a nurse and a maid, right? Well, good luck on that, because now he's the fucking nurse and the maid to an alcoholic, right? Serves him right.
Right.
Serves him right. Donald jumped out of the frying pan straight into the fire, right? That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know, but you know, I heard that Pam finally got, you know, I've heard she finally got clean.
I don't know, because I haven't seen Pam in 2 years.
Yeah, he's looking for a mom and then a daughter. So gross. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And you know, wow, I don't know where to start with all of this. That you know him and you know their whole family and everything. You know, there's like so many questions, right? So many questions. So you do believe Donald. Do you believe that Donald's capable of doing anything to Summer?
I believe he's capable of doing it, yes.
Do you think Candace would? Now you said you know Candace a little bit. Do you think that Candace would comply with something like that as long as she could just keep Donald? Do you think Candace is the type that would go along with something like that just to keep Donald?
No.
Donald wants on panel. Hold on. There's your link, Donald. Come on up. You can come on up, Donald. I sent you a link.
Oh, Mr. Wells.
I'm sending a link out for Donald. Take the link and come on up, Don. Do you know this lady that's on the phone? Come up and all you gotta do. He says he's trying. He says he's trying to come up on panel. Oh, I believe he'll come up. You know, I think Donald is at a point to where he wants to straighten all of this out. Candace Bly is coming up on panel. Candace, I got to see you, hon. Okay, bring him up. How you doing, Donald?
Hi.
Hey,
Hi.
how you?
Donnie.
How you doing?
How you doing? I got a lady on the phone, Donald. She wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to her because she's straight lying on me. She don't even know me. Who is she?
Oh yeah, I know you don't.
No, you don't know me. If you knew me, you wouldn't be sitting there lying straight through your teeth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
I
straight.
just come from my daughter's house, you dumbass. I was staying with my daughter in Arkansas. You can, man, I'm not going to cuss tonight. You know what? You're not going to get the best of me, but you're straight lying on me, and that's BS. I don't know where you get your information from, lady, and I don't even know who you are. Don't recognize your voice, but I do know this much. You're a straight liar.
Do you want to tell him who you are, hon?
Yeah, tell me who you is.
It don't matter who I am.
What'd she say?
She said it doesn't matter. She doesn't matter.
Oh, it does matter because you was a liar. Because you don't know me. You don't want to identify yourself because you're a liar. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, lady. You need to get off here. What you need to do. You need to come up with some truth. What you need to do. Man, I'm not going there. I'm not going to get mad for it. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. But this is BS. You go sit there and spread lies like that? Wow.
Donald, calm
Hey,
down.
turn that off because I'm getting echo. I'm getting echo over here. Please.
Calm down. Calm
Oh,
down.
yeah, I'm trying, but this is pretty heavy stuff that she's sitting here saying on me, Fergal. I'm sorry. I'm calming down.
Yes,
I got you.
I agree with you. I agree. But this lady says that she knew you in Arkansas.
No, she don't.
Now,
she don't.
Did you and Pam and the kids live in Arkansas, and that's where you left Pam?
I know that's not where I left town.
Did
Baby,
you?
please turn that down.
So
Okay, then why can't you identify yourself? You know who I am. My name's Don Wells. Okay? I'm the father of Summer Moon Utah Wells, whom I love very much. And you're sitting there telling lies on me. You can't even identify yourself. So who are you? Baby, please.
So
See, she can't even identify herself. She's gonna sit here and say lies and stuff, but she can't even say who she is. I know a lot of people in Arkansas. I sure do.
does Donald's daughter live in Arkansas right now?
Yes, she does. And I just come from her house. I stayed with her and my grandchildren when I was there. And I don't need no problems for them and her husband or my grandchildren from people like this kind of scum. I'm sorry.
Donnie, did you sell the baby for bread?
Hold on, I can't hear. Baby, what the heck's wrong with your phone? I can't hear nothing. Baby, will you please turn this up where I can hear, please? I can't hear what that liar is saying. Excuse me.
What did you say to him, sweetheart?
The echo.
You said what?
Echo.
Yeah, he was echoing.
Baby, you got to turn it off because we're getting echo. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Are you still getting echo?
No.
Okay.
Okay, caller. What did you have to say to Donald?
She ain't got nothing to say because she knows she's full of lies. I don't even know who this woman is. I don't recognize her voice. If she was some woman I knew in Arkansas, I guarantee I would recognize her voice because I know a lot of good people in Arkansas. And she ain't going to sit there and pull my name down, plus all the good people that I know in Arkansas. I'm not going to let her do that, Fur Gardens. I know a lot of good people there.
This lady said that the information she has, Donald, she got from your she got firsthand from your first wife. She
I
said
don't believe her. I do not believe her. Not even my first wife would talk that bad about me. I'm sorry. I don't believe her.
are you sure that this isn't your first wife on the phone?
No, that's not her.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, you damn right he'll know.
Well, she seems to know you and know
No,
your
she
family.
seems to know nothing, Prayer Garden. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm not trying to be mean, but she can't even identify herself.
Well,
She's nobody.
I don't make them
Hey,
identified.
Donnie.
Hey, Donnie, what?
Hey, do you remember that lady that lived over there in that shed thing that y'all had?
That what?
That little shed that Francis and them lived in.
A little shed that you lived in.
I never lived in
No,
no
the
shed.
one
I had a few
that-
houses.
And
I lived in
lived in.
I owned a travel trailer for a long time and
Who-
lived by the
who-
airport
who
in
lived in it?
Springdale. I never, I don't know what the hell this one was talking about.
Francis and Greg.
Oh, somebody named Francis. Somebody named Francis.
Oh, so she knew Francis and Greg?
Yeah, that's who she's
Okay,
talking.
what does that have to do with me?
What does that have to do with him?
Maybe I'm getting echoed. Just because she knows Francis and Greg doesn't mean she knows me. Francis is my stepdaughter and Greg was her husband. Okay, Greg is in prison for molesting kids.
Molesting his children.
That's right.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Now you do.
Yeah, now we do.
And his little son Gregory was a sweet little kid, and the little girl, I can't remember her name now, but DCS took them kids into custody after all this happened because apparently they were in the mix of all this.
Well,
you
yeah,
know, at that
they were the
time.
ones being molested, right?
Well, I'm not sure what all happened or whatever, but I know that Greg pled guilty to some very serious charges, and I don't know what become of Francis exactly, but that's my first wife's, my stepdaughter by marriage, to my first wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what did that have to do with Donald, though?
It sounds like she's making up all kind of crap just so she could be on your show and run her mouth. But
The one that lived in the shed with Greg and Francis.
Who lived in?
what about Greg and Francis?
It was like it wasn't. It was an apartment, I guess, a shed that they were trying to turn into an apartment.
A shed that they were trying to turn into an apartment?
Okay, we did have a house, if I remember right, if I'm not mistaken, the street might have been Washington, but I'm not sure. And there was a second like apartment behind the house. It had, a bathroom, it had a full living room, bedroom and stuff in it.
Right.
It was run down. We weren't living in that part. We were living in the house. So I don't know what this woman was trying to make up or whatever, but like I said, she can't even identify herself or whatever. It sounds like she just, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
She said that she knows Candace too. Matter of fact, she really likes Candace. She says she just talked to Candace about 3 years ago, and Candace told her the kids were doing really good, and that she was doing really good, and
Well, then what's her
everything was
name?
okay.
You wouldn't be Cherokee's daughter, would you?
Whose daughter?
Cherokee.
Are you Cherokee's daughter?
No, but
Then
Cherokee's
who
daughter
are
is
you?
New York.
Who are you then?
She said Cherokee's daughter's in New
Lisa.
York. She's Lisa.
Really? Lisa. I don't know no Lisa.
Yeah. Okay, Donnie.
Ask Candace. Candace will know her.
What's her name then?
Lisa. Ask Candace if she knows Lisa.
Okay, hold on. Candace, do you know a woman in Arkansas named Lisa?
No, I don't.
No, she says she don't.
She says she don't know no Lisa. Candace says she don't know you.
Okay.
But apparently we've met somewhere. If she knows Candace and Greg, you know, she knows about that house. Who?
She said she just talked to Candace 3 years ago.
Okay, well, you know, she might think she knows us, but I don't think she knows us as well as she's claiming. And she's going to make all these claims about me and my daughter. I just left my daughter's house in Arkansas and visited my grandkids.
Is it true that you left?
You know what? I don't, Pergurns, I'm not trying to disrespect you, but this woman, I just left my grandkids.
I know.
Spent time with them and had a very good time and everything with my daughter and my grandkids. And then this woman wants to bring this kind of drama on YouTube and say all this crazy stuff. I don't, you know, my daughter and my grandkids don't need this kind of trouble that YouTubers have brought to my house. And I don't appreciate you spreading these kind of rumors, Miss whatever your name is. Don't really give a damn. Sorry, Pergurns. I'm not trying to cuss.
Well, Donald, you know what? You have every right to come out here and set the record straight. Don't let people say stuff about you. You know, you have every right to stick up for yourself. Absolutely.
I mean, my wife, Pergurns, my wife, Candace, she loves my daughter like her own and my grandkids. You know, I'm sorry. It so upsets me that these people do this kind of stuff to us all the time, just so they can. I don't know what their purpose is or what they're trying to do, but it's not helping.
Do you know his daughter now?
Ma'am, sorry.
Margie, yeah.
So you talk to her even now? You talk to Margie?
No, I don't trust Margie.
Oh. So you don't talk to her or anything. So
Margie tries not to talk to too many people. She has a few friends that she trusts, you know, on Facebook and stuff like that she talks to. But other than that, she don't need all this drama brought into her life. You know, like this woman's trying to do, whoever she is. She needs to stop, man.
Now, I don't know, but from my understandings, Donald's oldest daughter and son has already came out and said that their dad did not do anything, anything bad to them as an SA or anything like that.
In fact, my daughter will tell you I'm an awesome dad.
From my understandings, that has already been clarified early on in all of this. Now, I know Mary and Jeannie and some of the, you know, his stepsisters was accusing Donald of SA, but it was like 50 years ago or something. And
actually, Pergurns, Chris McDonough actually correlated the whole thing, took the focus off of Summer and put it on himself, and collected all kinds of money and actually screwed up the entire investigation for Summer and screwed up the police investigation.
I agree with you.
Everything he could and tried to railroad me into prison. Actually had.
I agree.
Thank you. And there's 2 written statements on me. Mary and Jeannie both signed statements on me, which were both complete false lies, which I was able to debunk very quickly with the police in Utah. I know exactly.
Now I know Mary. Well, when Mary debunked herself on YouTube, when she said, when you stepped up for yourself, like you're doing tonight, you stepped up for yourself, and you told her no. Actually, I was the one that pulled him off and saved you. And then she had to agree, yes, that was true.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, awesome.
So,
thank you.
You know, that was debunked right on YouTube with the Mary thing.
Thank you.
but they kept going with the genie and like so many other people I don't even know, because I don't care about the Utah case. It has nothing to do with this one at all, but it fucked this one up big time. And in Summer's case, you know, little Summer got put in the dark, and it took us months
I
to
know,
pull her back
right?
into the
And
spotlight.
if it wasn't for Chris McDonough and his crap, Summer might be with us today.
She might have been found.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
If
true.
it wasn't for stuff like this and the drama and the BS,
I have to agree.
It threw the police in an entire different direction and caused us so many problems. And it was looking in all the wrong directions.
Caller, what do you think happened to Summer?
What do I think happened this summer? I think she was either sold or taken off and killed or something.
Do you have anyone that you think is a main suspect in all of it?
I don't know anyone more.
Okay.
I can't really say what looking through because we don't know.
Exactly. And you know, none of us know for sure what happened on June 15th, 2021.
I do know a couple things for sure though, Miss Fur Gardens. And the one thing that I know for sure that always sticks out in my mind is when the police dogs, you know, smelled her clothes and they went to the back basement door, that dog went straight down the dog trail to Ben Hill Road and lost her scent from there, which tells me she was taken down that trail, thrown into a vehicle, and driven away from him.
Now, at that particular time, Fred Hill was on that road, leaving out of there with a load of metal, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't know when exactly.
And Fred Hill is very, very observant. I mean, he's very observant. And he said that he saw Andy at 3 o'clock on that road.
But see, that's a lie right there, Miss Bergars. And the reason I know this is because the police told me that they checked where Andy was, and they know for a fact that Andy was at work until like 5 or so, maybe 5:30, and then he had to have the drive home. So he probably didn't get it here. He got here a little after I did, I think.
Okay.
So they know where he was for sure. So that tells me somebody.
So why is Fred Hill lying?
Exactly.
Has law enforcement checked out Fred Hill?
Yes, they've checked him out, but talking to Fred Hill is like talking to the wall. He won't give you a straight answer. You can't, you know, I don't know why, if he's just really messed up on meth, or if he's just throwing everybody off, or what he's doing. But talking to him it just don't never go nowhere. But apparently it does with Ziggy.
Right.
Oh, well.
Ziggy, Ziggy ain't, she ain't the sharpest tool in the shed either, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to tell her about him, playing the game with her about the bones, and she didn't want to hear that as well. And, so.
The one thing I know for sure too, and I don't care what none of these people around here think about me, as long as they stay the hell off my property and stay away from me, because I have nothing for them. But the one thing I know for sure is they had a lot of meth traffic coming by here. All, the time that Summer was here, we could watch them. We can see Beach Creek on both ends, from west to east, coming down the road both ways from up here on top of this hill. And we could see them coming in the summertime, going back in the holler to do their thing, whatever the hell, meth heads do or whatever. We're not blind. So, that's one of my theories is some meth heads seen her and seen an opportunity and snuck up here and hid in the weeds until they was able to see a chance to grab her.
Right.
That's one of my greatest theories.
Right.
Hey,
Donald.
Donnie, do you think Jody secretly got her?
Who?
Jody Sue. Do you think she could have got her?
I'm just going to answer that question like the police would, and that's everybody's the suspect.
He said he's going to answer.
There's so many possibilities, we can't pinpoint, just can't pinpoint it. I don't believe Jody Sue. Okay, say that again. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
What'd you say, sweetheart?
Why would Jody Sue, a day before Summer went missing, go up in the woods with flashlights and then turn around and say that she was going to go up there the same night with flashlights that Summer come up missing?
Why did Jody Sue say she went up in the woods with flashlights the night before Summer came up missing?
I have no idea. She claims that there was people all over her property and peeping in her windows and stuff. I have no idea. And there could be. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know this much. As crazy as it sounds, we've had all kinds of people coming up here stealing stuff. I had just purchased from Lowe's 2 of them little electric scooters for the kids. Just with the little rubber wheels, they're electric, and you put the little battery pack on it, the Cobalt ones.
Yes.
And we just bought those. My kids rode them one time. We took them to the church, and we had skateboards and bicycles. I'd load them all in the truck, and we'd go to church where they could ride. And they rode them once, maybe twice. Them scooters are gone. I have the chargers and the batteries in my truck, 24-volt batteries, like for tools. They're in my truck, but them scooters are nowhere to be found. And many times we've had gas missing. I went to get on my motorcycle once. The gas line was unhooked. The gas tank was empty. Somebody took, 1.5 gallons of gas out of my motorcycle in the middle of the night, I guess. Just off, somebody's been roaming around here, and the only people that do that kind of stuff are meth heads. And they probably were looking through our windows, and they probably were checking out my daughter or something. I don't know.
Well, even if they were looking, I mean, they couldn't see Summer at nighttime inside your house because the basement door.
It depends. If all my kids, I kept. We have a king size bed from Josie to, I shouldn't say their names, but Josie, Wyatt, Waylon, all of them I kept them in between us, and I made sure they were covered up so they didn't get pneumonia or some kind of chest infection or something like that. So as each one was born, we kept the youngest ones, in the bed with us.
Right.
I'm sorry, but we did. I wanted to make sure they stayed covered up and safe. And Summer was the last one born, and she stayed with us. But so if we'd leave the TV on, and if we got that door there, they possibly could have seen Summer there. I don't know. I really don't know. I do know one time Candace went outside in the middle of the night. She had to pee real bad, and some dude ran down the hill, jumped in a car, and tore out down Beach Creek, headed west. And I run out there. She was screaming, and I went out there, and I just heard the car taking off. And I don't know what kind of car it was. Don't know who it was. And then this was probably about 2 or 3 months previous to her disappearance. So there's a lot of people out here messing around at night, probably high on drugs and who knows what. what they're doing. I don't know.
Someone in the, I wanted to ask you, I wanted you to listen to this video, Donald. This is actually the one I was telling you about.
Okay.
They're playing games with. Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head. Would you not want to kill them?
Yes, I would.
So that's where you said your beautiful daughter that you just got back.
Man, I don't have a clue why I would say something like that. I'm trying to figure that one out myself.
Did you want me to play it again?
No, I heard it. I just don't understand why I would say something like that. Wow.
Well, was you like, were you just possibly messing around with Ziggy? You know?
Was that Ziggy I was talking to? Yeah, I have no clue why I said that, to be honest. I really don't.
I mean, I know there was a lot of, I got to give you props, Don, that, you're not playing games like you did before. It seems like you're on the level. You're willing to be back and answer questions righteously now. And really, you seem like you're really motivated to, to do what should have been done from the beginning. Right. And, in hopes of.
But you know how bad it was before. You can remember Fair Gardens all the time.
I do.
It was horrific.
It was a real shit show.
Many times.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of stuff going on.
It was, yeah, I do. And it was quite overwhelming. Overwhelming. And there was a lot going on. You're right. A whole lot was going on. Absolutely.
Yeah, I really can't. I really don't know why I said something like that, and I really don't know. That's really weird. That I didn't even know I said something like that. People said I did, but I didn't realize it until I actually heard it. Wow. Don't know why I'd say something like that.
It says Prayer Garden of America. Ask Don this. Why was he at home around noon on June 15th?
I wasn't, hon. I wasn't.
He said he was not there around June 15th.
Yeah. The day before I fired Dudley, and then I switched cars. I was in my truck. And I thought, man, I'm going to put some miles on the Subaru. It's brand new, and I put all my tools in there. I'm going to start the next day new. It's been pure hell working with Dudley, and I fired him the day before. And so I drove the Subaru to work that day, and thought things were just going to be fairly good. And they were for the most part. I was trying to pick up the pieces because Dudley was just complete terror. I believe the man was on meth really bad. I mean, you just couldn't talk to him. You know how it is with people on that stuff. You just cannot make sense.
Exactly. No, Donald's not drunk. Donald is really fucking tired right now. He looks like that when he's real tired. He must have had a hell of a day at work. But he's not drunk. If Donald was drunk, he wouldn't be this coherent. Trust me.
I did an interview with WJHL today, and that was really nerve-wracking. And so I had to go to the news station and did all that, and that will come out on Summer's birthday. And then we have another video by Pennington and Robin that will also come out that day, and I will put it on Facebook as soon as I can get it and they let me have it. I'll put it on Facebook so y'all can see it, and it's going to be a beautiful video.
Did you ever do meth with Dudley?
Hell to the no.
As a matter of fact, have you ever did meth at all?
You know what? When I was younger, in my younger years, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be straight out with everybody. In my younger years, I thought, I'm sorry, but I grew up somewhat in the 70s and the 80s. Back then, cocaine was very popular.
Right.
I thought, if you, my mind was pretty messed up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Everybody was looking for an 8-ball. That's true.
Right,
Right?
right. And if you had cocaine, I don't know. That really messed me up in my life, and I fought it very hard throughout my life. And it became a serious problem in my life. And but the meth thing, yes, I have tried it before. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I just don't like that stuff. Don't like
Oh, yeah.
nothing about it.
Yeah, meth's bad, man. It's terrible. I
And the
mean,
problem
it
with
takes
cocaine
you
is
down quicker than any other drug on the street, to be honest.
uh,
Other than crack. Crack takes you
yeah,
down just as bad, but
the
between
cocaine,
them two, you can't survive.
that's a problem there. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Did you have anything? Do you got anything else you'd like to ask him, caller?
No, but I just hope that they find Summer's phone.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, sweetie. You said you just hope the Summer's
No, but I
found.
just hope that they find Summer's phone.
All right, I appreciate that.
Please wait. Your call is.
What in the world?
I don't know. I had another caller on hold. Anyway, well, I'm glad you came up, Don, and and stood up for yourself. I absolutely am grateful. Hold on a second.
And like I
So, do you mind? Do you have time to answer a couple questions? Because we're getting some in the.
Absolutely. And like
Okay.
I said,
If you guys have a question for Don, please put it in the chat and I will ask him. I seen some questions go past me. It was going to be hard for me to go all the way back. It's going to be hard. Will we find Summer Wells? Absolutely. I truly believe now that we've got her parents on board. I absolutely, truly believe we are going to find little Summer Wells. I honestly believe this. I truly do. Ask him about the 7 alibis.
oh, I'm sorry. I was when I said that night, I was actually drinking pretty hard that night, and I was just, I was playing around. I was so fed up with YouTube and everything, and I just said a bunch of stuff back, at that time. I was just.
And I remember that particular night. You and Candace was having a little spat too. She was, she was opening and closing a door that you guys had just barely tried to get fixed, and you thought it was going to get broken. And you got tired of people trying to say that you were up on the hill when you wasn't, right?
I can't remember. I remember that night they put me on live with Chris McDonough the night I got the DUI, and Candace, she flipped out when she seen Chris McDonough on there. She flipped out. I wanted to actually talk, but she wouldn't let me, and she flipped out. I mean, and I don't blame her. I really don't.
That was over on Doug's, right?
Yes.
I think Doug's the one that actually tipped the police off that you were out driving
Exactly.
drunk.
Yep. And then, from what happened from there, You know, they pulled me over. I done a field sobriety test. I passed it with flying colors, and then they arrested me anyway. And so my blood alcohol was 0.085. I was
Oh,
5,000
dang.
over the legal limit.
Ooh.
And when I got the police report in court, the police lied and said I was falling down drunk and all this and stuff like that. And I says, well, I want to see the video because they had no probable cause. That was going to be my key thing I was going to fight with, is they had no probable cause because I passed the field sobriety test in my mind. And then when I seen the police report, they said they straight lied and said I was falling down drunk. You know as well as I do, if you're 0.085, which is like 2 beers, you're not going to be falling down and staggering everywhere and slurring your words. So 0.085 tells you right there that the police lied in the police report. I am sorry, but I'm not sorry. But that was my case, was to fight this because they had no probable cause. But they conveniently said, oh, we don't have cameras, or our cameras were broke or whatever. I don't remember exactly. So I was screwed, really, basically. And that's the truth.
Is Candace sick? Does Candace need heart surgery?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not supposed to say nothing, but I can't help it. Yeah, she needs heart surgery.
When is she supposed to get this?
Well, right now they're just trying to control it in a way where we can get to a point in time where she can have surgery, and they're not sure exactly what to do because this is very risky surgery. I mean, this is open heart surgery we're talking about that needs to be done.
Someone said, "Why were you and Candace seen coming out of the woods?"
That's not true, and we've already proved that because somebody said, "Where was
Oh,
I?"
oh, let me play that for you.
Okay.
You might know the neighbor. You might know this neighbor. Hold
Oh, I
on.
remember. I've already cleared this up with somebody else the other day, and they said it was raining, and we come out of the woods, and it was just me and Candace. Well, 3 days after Summer come up missing, but at this
Right.
point in time, we wouldn't leave our boys alone. And number two, it was not raining for 40 days after Summer come up missing. There was no rain, so it's just another lunatic on there running their mouth saying a bunch of stuff that they don't know what they're talking about.
Hold on. I got it. I mean,
Okay,
I can
let's
show
listen.
you. I can
Okay,
show
we'll
you
listen to it.
um exactly who it was. Let me get my files here and pull it out.
I don't know anything other than that.
Sorry.
Are you all?
Oh, that is so cute. I'm looking for it, Donald. Just give me a second.
Oh, you're fine.
Aw. I think
We
it's so cute when mothers and daughters do that together.
Oh yeah, we missed her so much. Never expected, such a blessing, and then never expected for such a blessing to be taken from us either.
Okay, I found it. I'm going to pull it up for us.
Let me tell you a strange story that no one knows. The day that Summer Wells went missing, my wife messaged Candace Wells on Facebook asking her if there's anything that they needed.
I got his picture up on screen. Do you recognize him, Donald?
Yeah, I don't know this dude from Adam.
Okay. Did you hear him say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to him go on.
Okay.
Pretty common question. I'm not sure in that situation if there'd be such a thing as a common answer. But the response was a 6-pack of Mountain Dew. I found that odd. Second strange encounter that we had when Summer went missing, Dawn Wells had came down to my home. I wasn't there yet, but a few of the guys that I work with and my wife were there, and he spoke with them the very next day. And they tell me that his whole conversation was around her being in a better place, her being in a better place, her being in a better place. And they found that odd.
Wow. What did you think of that?
I think this person is a complete liar. Don't know who he is, and I think it's all made up completely. Don't even know this dude. Never seen him in my life.
Well,
Another lunatic.
now listen to what he goes on to say.
What's that? I'm sorry.
And once again,
He's not done. Wait till you hear this.
we don't know how we'd act in a situation. I'm just giving you some points, giving you some information that I have that no one else has. You can take that for what it's worth, make your own opinions, read into it, don't read into it, whatever. But these are things that we know because of being near the area from local law enforcement, things like that. Number 3
hilarious.
is 2 or 3 nights later on a rainy night, there's some country roads back through that way, and you can there's a back road that you take that comes out there in Kingsport, and it's a traveled road, but it's not traveled a great deal. And the Dawn and Candace were seen about a mile and a half from their house, pulled over on the side of the road.
Stop that for a minute, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can debunk that right now. And we did this the other day on, I can't remember whose channel.
Miss Daisy.
Yes, and they checked the weather. He said it was a rainy night 2 or 3 days later after Summer disappeared. So it never rained for about 40 days after Summer disappeared. We had nothing but blue skies and no rain whatsoever. It rained a few days.
No, it did rain on the 21st at night. It didn't start raining until it started raining around 9:20 something, and it stopped raining somewhere around midnight.
Well, I don't see why me and her would be alone and leave our boys here at the house after all this has happened, and we're out on some back road out in the woods. That don't make no sense at all.
No.
And plus, not only that, there was, see this parking lot right here? See where the Subaru is? See
Yes.
right here?
Mm-hmm.
Right here was a police car parked here for 6-7 days. Every night, all night long, parked right there. Every night. And we stayed in the house with our boys. And I'd come out here and the police car would be right here. And I'd say, sir, do you need some coffee or anything I can help you with? And they'd kindly say, no, I'm just ordered to be here every night, and that's how it was. Plus, there was a police down here on Ben Hill Road down there at the bottom, for a long time posted up. So I call a straight liar, or wherever he
Hey,
got his
Donald.
information from, or whatever it was, is false.
Hey, Donald.
Yes.
Donald. People's wanting to see the parking lot again.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The police were parked here every night. I don't know why they did that, but they were. There's the Subaru. There's my truck. And right here is where they parked every night for at least 6 days. And we weren't going nowhere. We were staying here with our boys and trying to piece together and figure out what to do. We didn't know what to do.
So law enforcement knows that there's no truth to that then.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. That's what I was, wanting to know. Yeah, I knew we cleared it up on Miss Daisy's because I had asked you about it over there.
That's
And-
right. That's right. Yes. Thank you for refreshing my memory. That's right.
I'm trying to see if there's any other questions in the chat. That I didn't catch because I'm playing on the panel there. And someone said, how come you're going outside to listen to this, Dawn? You don't want
The reason
to hear it?
no, it's because Candace is on the phone with someone else, and we're getting an echo and everything. And I didn't want to, that's why.
Right.
I'm
And it's
freezing.
kind of nice to go out and get
It's
some
cold
fresh
out
air.
here.
Is it cold out there?
Yes. Not as cold as Arkansas, though. Ooh.
Yeah, you would think down south. I mean, Tennessee's pretty far south. You'd think it wouldn't be so damn cold. Why
Right.
does Hunter say he did something he can't get back from?
Who said that?
Hunter. Hunter
Well,
said,
you know that everything he said that was correlated by Allie and all that, and Chris McDonough. So there's no point in me even responding to that because
no, you were in jail. When you was in jail, Hunter had an episode where he kind of lost it. And he threw a fit, and he said he was wanting to tell something. He and people were trying to keep him shut up, and he
Right.
said that what is he supposed to do? Just live with it inside him and not ever say nothing. I don't know what that's all. I mean, him and his girlfriend were good and everything at the time he's saying this.
Wow.
But yeah, he just went like mayhem about something. And then and I brought it out, and then his dad, that's when his Andrew Holt, little fucking crackhead, looks like he crawled out from under a rock, started trying to threaten me,
All right.
and but you know how that worked out. That shit didn't work at all. And but yeah, I mean, I would think that his dad would be concerned on what exactly his son needs to vent and tell that's so important that he feels that he can't, move on without, letting it out is something he's really needing to talk about. That's also about the time that the lady he was staying with, Allie's best friend, ended up she just stopped breathing like she's healthier than Allie, but she stopped breathing and died. So, and Hunter was with her.
We've always suspected something because the day Summer disappeared, they all turned on us. They turned on Candace big time.
Somebody said, why did Donald, they're talking about you. Why did he say Candace and Allie were friends until the day Summer went missing?
Because Allie, everything seemed fine and normal, and Allie begged Candace to come and get Hunter and take him to the lake to get him out of her hair. So Candace went out of her way to go get Hunter, and they took him to the lake, and that's the film you see with her playing in the water and everything like that. They took Hunter home. I worked late, you know, I was staying late, and they was home here planting flowers or whatever. And then everything happened. I got the phone call and I rushed home, and Candace called Allie or whatever, and immediately they turned on us, all of them. And then Chris McDonough got in the picture. Yeah, it's really odd that they all turned on Candace immediately right at that point. It's really suspicious. Very suspicious.
Why did June 4th match June 15th?
I don't know. What does that mean? June 4th. I don't understand.
I think we're both lost.
Right.
Why did Melena Crawford say that Summer's bags was packed when she was up there?
Yeah, that's a good question, because Marlena, I don't give her 2 cents. Sorry. I'm not even, you know, I'm not even going there with Marlena.
I'm not even going to try to come to Don and Candace's defense on this one, but I looked over their whole house. Trust me, I do my homework. I have their houses in DeRay, and I have went through every video where Chris walked through their home, other pictures of the inside of their home, all of Candace's pictures of when they were in their home. And I'm going to tell you, I don't even think they own a fucking suitcase. I haven't ever seen one in there, and I personally went and looked for one and seen no suitcases in the Wells house. Now, if you can find some and show them to me, I would appreciate it, because I haven't been able to find them myself.
Right on. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, and thanks for having me on your channel.
Hold on. Dawn sent a screenshot of Candace's phone to Doug. It shows Grandis. It shows, I think I might have lost it. Okay, I found it again. It shows Grandis went to ER, Candace messaging with H, and a phone call. June the 4th, just like June 15th.
I don't know
Did you
anything
send
about that.
Shot to Doug? I don't know how you could do that, because didn't TBI, or not TBI, but law enforcement wipe your phones clean from that day?
Yes,
Yours,
they did.
and Grandis's?
Yes.
So how were you able to send Doug a screenshot?
Yeah, I might have sent him a screenshot, but it would have showed that they from a certain time on June 15th, they somehow erased the 911 calls and everything off all 3 of our phones. I don't understand that, but that shows no record of the 911 calls or anything from that day, from like 3:30 to like 9 or so. I don't know. It was really odd, and I don't know why law enforcement would do that.
But it did leave the messages between Hunter and Candace and stuff earlier that day.
I don't know. I assume yes.
How many cell phones did you have on June 15th?
Well, we all had our own cell phone, you know, and the police took them and they plugged something in. I don't know what they were looking for, but they kept them for about 30 minutes or so, and then give our phones back.
And somebody wants to know if you'll go on the Steve Wilkos show.
I don't see any reason why not, because I really have nothing to hide, you know, so I have no problem with that.
He says he has no problem going on a Steve Wilkos show. And Donald says he's confident that he's going to get to sit down, and Candace is going to get to sit down as well.
That would be great. It would have to be
Why did Candace tell CM she had an extra phone? Listen, Donald, I have a question.
Okay.
When the boys were home that day, like when Candace was at the hospital and you was at work and the boys were at home,
Right.
did the boys have a phone, like an emergency phone that Candace could call them or you could call them, or
I
did they
believe
have
so. I think we did have a phone for emergency, but we told them, to keep the doors locked at all times and call us an emergency. We felt that like they were old enough to, 3 boys, she took Summer with her. We didn't want to leave Summer here, but the 3 boys we felt could handle, being alone here. They were of age. And
right? Well, some, I mean, we all watched Home Alone, right?
right,
Boys can be
right,
dangerous.
yeah, yeah.
Ask him what was Summer's favorite cartoon.
I'm not sure. I actually work all the time. I work 7 days a week, but I know she likes, she likes to dream of being a princess and stuff. And a lot of times we'd sit here at night and we'd listen to music. Me and Candace might have a drink or two and listen to music with the kids. And she would always want me to dance with her. And I'm not a dancer, but I do the best I could. And she would always say, "Daddy, hold my hand so I can twirl." And she would sit there and twirl and twirl and twirl and wear my arm out completely. But I'd try to hang in there, But she wanted to be a princess and a dancer as best as she could. You can tell by the videos you see, But
Right, right. And I don't know because I'm not at Mrs. Daisy's all the time, but she said that that you have been talking about Summer and the kind of things that Summer liked, and a lot more. That you and Candace have been, talking and forthcoming more about Summer. She said that
that's what
you
I'm
guys,
trying to do. And
that
we
you guys
realized we
hear
made
the
a lot of
fact that,
mistakes. We
right.
made a lot of mistakes at first, but there was a lot going on, and so we was really on the defense. And I want to apologize to the people, that was, because sometimes we offended people that were actually on our side, and we didn't mean to.
Well, Dawn said they went to the swimming hole with Candace and Hunter. And Donald said that when I was at Miss Daisy's, he said the boys were, I asked about that, and he said the boys were at home. Did you know the boys were at home that day, Donald?
Yes, yeah.
So you didn't think that they went with Candace?
No,
Okay.
no, I knew they was home playing their video games and whatever that they do.
I thought the back door didn't lock. That's why
Yeah,
the
it
counter
locks.
was kept in front of the door.
Yeah, it locks, but a lot of times they go out that door and just leave it wide open. Many a times, I find that door wide open, and you can talk to your blue in the face, and they still leave it wide open.
Why was Grandis not able to be around when you guys were talking with the boys?
I don't understand that question because she was here for a long time, and I don't understand that question.
Did she ever get to talk with the boys, FaceTiming them? Did CPS say that Grandis wasn't allowed to FaceTime with the boys?
Oh no, no. Well, I mean, CPS, there's a lot of corruption going on there, and we're trying to fight it, and we're trying to bring to light some of the things that they do. It's a $1.3 billion industry. They're making huge money off kids being in their care. They give foster parents, some of the money and give them insurance and everything, but the big wigs in charge of the welfare are making tons and tons of money off kids being in state custody.
Yes, yes, I agree with that. And a lot of people take children in not because they love the children, but for the money. That's true.
Right.
And yes, I agree. Child Protective Services is fucked up in so many different ways. I don't even want to think about it. They don't do their job when they should be doing their job.
It needs to be
And
brought. I mean, because as taxpayers, when you pay your taxes, you're paying CPS to take people's kids from the parents and put them in foster care. Nothing really against the foster parents. They're trying to do a good deed. Nothing against that. But they're just getting a small percentage of the money.
why
CPS,
did a work
what's
why
that?
did a worker at the barn at the swimming hole, there was a lady there. I remember this. There was a lady that they had talked to at the swimming hole that said that they was having some kind of thing there that day when Candace and them were there. They was having some kind of outing for some children. And she said that Candace's vehicle was parked there most of the day. Why would she say that?
I have no idea. I have no clue about that, and I haven't heard that before, so I really don't know.
Yeah, I remember that lady saying that. That is true. Somebody did say it.
Huh? That's crazy. Because I don't know anything about that. I couldn't answer that.
And
It's
did
starting to
Candace
snow
show
up here.
did Candace show David Dotson a private video at the swimming hole?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because he said that David Dotson said
Mhm.
he did say this. He
Uh-huh.
said that in an interview, he said that that Candace showed him a private video at the swimming hole that day. I guess not the one we've seen, but something different. And that also he said that he also said that the boys said that Summer went out the back door and the back door was the kitchen door, not the basement door. The boys told him that.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I couldn't answer on anything David Dawson said. I don't know.
Yeah, those are the and that's why this case got so mixed up, is because you got so many different people saying different things. And then you have Jody Sue. You got Jody Sue in the mix of it all, lying up and saying a bunch of crap, and
Right.
and
Right.
the only thing that's going to bring Summer home, Donald, is the truth. We got to get the truth.
Right. Absolutely. Definitely agree with that.
And why was the operator on the 911 call saying Candace went for a walk? Did somebody
That's a
tell
good
him
question,
that
and
Candace
I
went for
don't
a
know
walk?
how that miscommunication got there. I have no idea. I have no clue.
And how come they're
Because
not releasing your 911 call or Candace's 911 call? Because usually that's public information.
right, I have no idea on that either. I have no clue.
It's like they got the 2 911 calls, Hunter's phone, all of this stuff in evidence, and you got to wonder why.
Yeah, I do wonder why. I really do wonder why.
How was Summer feeling a week before she went missing?
She was healthy, happy, no problems. I mean, you can see in that video when she was in the swimming hole that very day that Candace filmed her, she was healthy and just playing and splashing in the water and having a good time. Everything was normal.
Yes, she was. And and Hunter lied about throwing off his shirt, flying in the water to
Right.
get her. No,
Yeah.
we plainly seen Candace filming him. He already had his shirt off. He calmly walked into the water. And then started splashing it at Summer.
Exactly.
And that's around the time that Candace decided to go pick up the prescriptions and call them out of the water. And
Exactly.
so
Yep.
the
I'm glad
video
somebody's paying attention. Thank you.
What did he say was inside the safe? What did you ever even say what was inside the safe?
Yes. When they served the search warrant and they come out here, I guess somebody told them that there was something in the safe. I don't know if it was guns or Summer's body or who knows what somebody said. But they come out here and kick the door in. This is my repair job to the door. I don't know if you can see it, but that's as good as I could get it. Had to fix it back. But anyways, but they come and tore the safe off the floor, but the safe was empty. There was nothing in it.
Was that Candace screaming for you? Shut the door back.
Yeah, because the dog was fixing to run out the door.
Oh, I thought she was freezing.
No, the dog was trying to run out the door and take off. We gotta
And somebody said, it was bullets.
sorry.
If they had a warrant,
Right,
they
you
would
played the
not
dog
have
thing.
to kick in the door. What time did Summer actually disappear for real? Pearl asked that.
I believe I got the phone call, and I don't know why. I'm a little bit confused on this because I thought it was around 5:30, or 6:30. I can't remember. I was staying late at work, but the police say I'm an hour off or something, and I don't know why they're saying this or what exactly. But we went to check the phone records, and like I said, our phones were erased from like 3:30 to like 8 or 9 or something. And so there's no record on all three of our phones. And I don't know why they did that. I don't understand
Right.
that. And they, of course, they've done a timeline and everything. And I actually had to write every second of that day with TBI. And I had to go over it and I had to rethink the timeline over and over again and then present it to TBI. And I left a few things out that day, and I had to work with Candace, and we left a few important things out. One of them was that when Candace was home, that she done a load of laundry and dried it, and that's going to take, an hour and a half. And that was one of the things that she left out initially, but was able to clear up with TBI later,
Right. Right. So, what time was it then?
I thought it was around 5:30, but I'm not exactly sure. I really am not, because I don't really pay attention to the time or anything.
And you wasn't there. You wasn't there. You were at work.
Yeah, I was about 50 miles away.
What was Summer wearing when she went missing on Denny?
The clothes that she was wearing when the picture was taken of her asleep against a milk jug is the clothes she was wearing when she disappeared.
People were asking, well, how did she get on the milk jugs?
She just fell asleep there. They went and bought some groceries, threw them in the back there next to her, and she just fell asleep up against the milk jug.
Do you think she was asleep, Donald, before Hunter got out of the car, or do you think she went to sleep after Hunter got out of the car?
Well, Candace tells me she was asleep before that.
Oh, so Candace told you she was asleep before Hunter ever got out of the car?
Yes, because she just got out of the swimming hole, and then Candace put some fresh clothes on her, some dried her off, put some dry clothes on her. And of course, after swimming and a long day, you're gonna go to sleep after a car ride,
Right. Yeah, kids do fall asleep.
Right.
I wanted to ask you, do you know if Allie came down to the car like she said she did, or if she did not come down to the car?
I wouldn't know. I would not know that, so I really can't answer.
Okay, well, I can tell you guys the answer that Candace gave me. Candace told me that Allie did not bring her ass off the porch and come down to the car, that she stayed on the porch and did not come down, and Candace just pulled out and left. Once Tunner got out and went up there, Allie wasn't coming off the porch, and Candace, she was being an ass, is what Candace said. She was being an ass, and Candace just left.
Right.
Now, that's what Candace said to me personally.
Right. And I believe that. That sounds about right. But I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I got a
I
hard day
appreciate
tomorrow.
you coming up, Donald. I really do.
Hey, I
And
appreciate you all.
hey,
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I hope you stay out here answering questions, Donald. You know, you really need to,
Yes,
we need to find Summer, hon.
absolutely. Yeah, and I would do anything to do that. Absolutely.
Well, you're on the right track right now. You got a lot of
Okay.
support, a lot of people behind you, and
Thank
let's get
you.
it done.
Yes,
Let's
and
get it
God
done.
bless you all, and love and prayers to everybody. Thank you very much. Okay.
God bless. Much love to you. Good night,
Okay.
Donald.
Thanks. Good night. All right. Bye.
Sounds like he had a cough there, right? Anyway. Okay, I hope he answered everybody's questions that you had. I love the fact that the caller on the phone seemed to know Donald. I appreciate so much that the caller called in. I like to talk to that caller. I would like to talk to that caller. Matter of fact, I'm going to try to talk to that caller again behind the scenes. They seem to have a lot of information, and but I think it's great that I think it's great that Donald came up. I think it's great that he came up to defend oneself, right? I mean, I know a time when he wouldn't have did that. I know a time when he wouldn't have done that. Yeah, there's no reason to fight. We've got a missing child. We have a missing child. This little girl, beautiful Summer Moon Utah Wells, and we got her in the spotlight right now. Let's not let her get out of it. Please, let's not let this baby get out of the spotlight. This is all about Summer. Nothing but Summer. We need to find her. We need to find her, and I feel God's giving us that opportunity. So please, let's take this opportunity and find this baby, right? Let's take this opportunity. We've got Candace and Donald working with us right now. He said, hey, I'll go on the Steve Wilkos show, right? He said, hey, I see no reason why not to. I think he is serious about doing whatever he has to do to clear their names and possibly get this baby back. So, let's work together and finding out what happened to this baby and getting the truth for once. Let's get the truth, because the only thing's going to bring Summer home is the truth. And that's what we've been pushing for a while now. I know me and my chat has put nothing but the truth on the table. I will not let lies be told here. So Gristle, I so appreciate. Great job, PG. Summer's Army. Yes, we are. It's all about Summer. And as I'm saying, please, let's work together. Let's work together. We got the parents out here now. And they seem like they're on the level. And Donald was not drinking tonight. He was just tired as hell. I can tell the difference when it comes to Donald and his eyes. And Candace was in the background. She did not sound like she had even a drop in her, to be honest with you. She hollered at Donald about the dog, and she seemed to be pretty sober to me. And she also was answering questions that he wanted to know. And she was talking very clear and very plain. You are so right about that, Lady Q. I think it was Lady Q that mentioned that. And you were so right. You were so right about it. Donald was talking pretty plain, and Candace was talking very plain as well. At this point in time, let's find this baby. Let's work together. Let's find this baby. Please, let's find this baby. It's important that we find this baby, right? It's very important. This is about Summer. This ain't about anything else. It's not about any hate for anyone, right? We got plenty of time for that once we find Summer. Once we find this baby, we've got plenty of time for everything else. I mean, then we can hate on whoever's guilty all we want to hate on them, right? But let's find this baby. And the parents are right now willing to work with us to get that done. I think they finally want to bring their daughter home, get justice for Summer. So let's do what we have to do. You guys know my temper. I got a pretty good one. But I'm willing to hold my temper. I'm willing to suck my temper up for Summer. Right? I would do whatever it takes to get the truth, to help Summer. All I want is Summer found. We're going on 20 months, everyone. Please, let's work together. Please. Let's all be understanding. Let's all keep the doors open to communication here. Let's all support the dad and mom of this missing little girl and open the door up so they can, so they can answer all the questions, so they can, show everyone their innocence. If indeed they're innocent, they'll stay out here and they'll help us all find their daughter. And Don seems like, hey, he's not going to back down, that he's going to, do whatever it takes. He spent a long time in jail. He's had a long time to think. And he seems to be, opened up differently this time. He seems to be, more willing to speak rationally, more willing to, tell us all the questions we have. He's willing to tell us the answers to all of those. Now, the lady on the phone, she did indeed know the Wells. She did indeed know them. I don't know how well she knew them. She said she just talked to Candace. But sometimes, I don't forget none of my friends, right? If I meet you and I hang around with you, like you come in my home and drink coffee, right? Drink coffee. eat lunch with us, dinner with us, hang around with us. I will not ever forget who you are. Trust and believe I will always know you. So I don't know how close she was to Candace, because Candace didn't seem to remember her. Donald certainly didn't seem to remember her, right? But he said he was just in Arkansas staying with his daughter while he was working. So I don't know. I don't know. No, Trevor. I don't think the lab, it's like they think he'll tell what he did after they kiss up to him. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nobody's kissing up to Don Wells. You're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken, Trevor. Sadly mistaken. You know, as I said, I will walk through hell over hot coals to find this baby. I will do whatever I feel is necessary to find Summer. We love her like she's our own. Now, that's hard to believe for some folks, that you could get that attached to a child that belongs to someone else. But we all love this little girl, and every last one of us is invested in this little girl. Every last one of us. I know me and my chat are. We've been here forever. I mean, we were the ones that pulled Summer right back into the spotlight, and it took us a hell of a long time to get it done. She was so buried, it took us months to get her back in front of everything. So I know how damn hard me and Summer's family here has worked. And we have bust our asses for finding nothing but truth. And I thank God. This channel right here was put together by God for Summer Moon Utah Wells. That's how this channel was put together. And God has ran out. I have watched him run out a lot of snakes from here. I have watched him run many snakes out of here. And we did not miss them at all. Because Summer was the topic. The gold was to find her. And if that ain't your topic in gold, you don't belong here anyway. And we've always said that. And you know, Don Wells was here tonight. And his topic was his daughter. And his gold, he said, was to find her. And if that is his topic and his goal, he is more than welcome to come up here and support his daughter on this channel. He is more than welcome to pop up here and answer the questions that people might have for him. Or if nothing else, like tonight, he was holding up the picture of Candace and the baby together. Summer was beautiful. And Summer, we all heard her in the 911 call. Holler, mom, mommy. Summer could talk. Now I'm going to tell you, if Summer would have been out in those woods lost, she would have been screaming. We would have heard her. Just like we heard her, law enforcement would have heard her. Just like we heard her on the 911 call. Summer would have been making some noise. Trust and believe that. she would have been found. And Jenny, I would like to ask if you can keep my grandmother in your prayers. She has 6 months of life. Thank you, PG and chat. Hun, there's no expiration date on your grandmother. There's no expiration date on your grandmother. And God does work miracles. And yes, we are going to send prayers up for your grandmother. Absolutely, we are, sweetie. You know, the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the Lord. Your grandmother ain't going nowhere until God wants her to go. And when God feels it's best, when he feels it's best for her, that he brings her home, he will do that, sweetie. He will do that. And then that'll leave you with a reason to walk with God as well and do everything righteous in this life so you could be with your grandmother again one day. Right? The people that go before us are just an incentive. They're an incentive for us to do better so we can get there and be with them as well. But yes, prayers are already going up for your grandmother, and I so appreciate it. God bless. God bless, hon. You're absolutely right. Someone does have answers, hon. Someone does have answers. That's true. That's true. Many prayers going up for your grandmother, sweetie. Many prayers going up for your grandmother. Absolutely. And we appreciate those. We appreciate those prayers. God bless. So many prayers already going up. Anyway. Absolutely, Lady Q. God bless. Absolutely. If Don and Candace would just realize we want Summer found more than to prosecute them now. We just want her found. Absolutely. I don't care about justice. I care about bringing this baby home. I just want to find her. I think she deserves to be, if she's not with us anymore, she deserves to be laid to rest properly. And her brothers need that as well, right? They need closure. Everyone needs closure, but most of all, her brothers need closure. And they need to know that, none of this, they had nothing to do with whatever happened to little Summer. That, I know that the boys, I hear they, especially one feels guilty. And, I hope at some point he understands, it's not his fault. None of their fault, right? It's not, they don't need to blame themselves, but I think if they knew, I think if their sister was found and laid to rest, they could rest as well. And that's our goal. That's our goal. Nothing more, nothing less. Just to find her and give her a proper resting place for the sake of everyone, including Summer. She deserves that, right? She deserves to be laid to rest like a princess, right? I mean, look at baby Q. Look at the coffin they made him. So beautiful. Paw Patrol. It is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. A picture of him on the inside. It's just gorgeous. I mean, so beautiful. And Summer deserves the same, right? I mean, he's going to be laid to rest like a little prince. She deserves to be laid to rest like a little princess. That's all I'm saying. We just want Summer found. That's it. Well, you know, if Candace has a heart issue and she don't, you know, I can understand her not wanting to go on Steve Wilkos and take a lie detector's test due to if she does have heart issues, because it can give a false reading. But there's no reason for her not to go and support Donald, right? I mean, if Donald goes on Steve Wilkos and takes that lie detector's test, and it comes out that he ain't lying at all about not knowing anything that happened on June 15th, 2021, I think that pretty much 100% clears Donald and all the rumors out here, you know, all the rumors about, you know, him doing bad things and him sneaking up there at 3:00 and him being there at noon. And, you know, I think that, you know, at that point, no one can say anything else about Donald, right? It clears him 100%. No one can hate at him anymore over his daughter coming up missing, right? That would show that Donald knows nothing. So, you know, I think Candace would support that. I think she would support that being done, because, you know, then people can't say that he's, you know, people can't say he's hiding things for her or protecting her any longer. So that clears her name a little bit as well, right? It clears her up in a lot of ways also. So yes, I think that Candace would absolutely support Donald doing that. And if she's having, you know, issues, then maybe a vacation in a big hotel is just what she needs, right? All expenses paid. Maybe that's what she needs. It's just a damn vacation to calm down, settle down, get away from everything for a while. So I think it would be a great ideal. I support it. I absolutely support it. And at that point, Donald can come back and he can really start getting on the panels, and he can really start, you know, advocating for his daughter, and let's figure out where she's at. Let's figure out where she's at and bring her home. Yeah, let's get it done, PG. It's time. Absolutely. And I will do everything I can to get, you know, to get Donald to go on the Steve Wilkos show. Yes, I will. I will definitely, you know, I will definitely let him know we are behind him. We support him in it. And I think that's his answer. I think it's his answer right there. And he already told me that, you know, he's all for getting a lawyer for summer in order to get, you know, to get a hold of all the records, right? Law enforcement records and everything. And to see what they got that they're not letting us know, even the Wells know. Yes, I think Donald could advocate for his daughter quite nicely out here if given the chance. Right. If he went on the Steve Wilkos show and he actually gets to sit down in that chair, he passed that lie detector's test and got to sit down in that chair. I wouldn't want nobody else saying nothing else about Don Wells, you know, absolutely not, while he's advocating for his daughter. Absolutely not. If he did that for summer, my ass would be 100% behind it. 100% behind it. So we'll see. We'll see. But you guys know, you know, if he doesn't Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there, won't we? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I think he will. I think he will. I thought PG was going to ask him hard questions. I was asking him hard questions. I asked him, what they were doing in the woods. I even popped up the man telling him. I even asked if he knew this man, right? I mean, I asked him all the questions that you guys wanted him asked. I actually let the lady, that was saying all the things that knew him, talk with him and spat it out with him, right? I mean, I was not any way, form, or how. I didn't tell Don, don't answer this, don't answer that. You might not want to say this. You might want. No, I didn't. I let him speak, and I let him speak freely. And that's something that other creators weren't doing. I do not control Don Wells. And I'm not, any way, form, or how going to try. Don Wells is a grown man with a mind of his own, and people wanted him to look guilty. Cher wanted Donald to look guilty. Benny wanted him. They needed him to look guilty so they would have content later. I am not trying to make Don Wells look guilty. I am not trying to make Don Wells look innocent. All I'm doing is letting Don Wells, I gave him a platform tonight to speak how Don wanted to speak, and I think he done a hell of a damn good job in what he done. And he said that he would go on Steve Wilkos, and he would be able to sit his ass down on a chair. So what more can I do? What more can I do? I mean, I think I did, I think God's happy with me, right? I think what is, it's not, I think what it is, it's not the questions. I think it's how I was even tempered while asking the questions. People ain't used to PG being nice, right? Nobody's, this is a side of me that most people don't see, right? Because usually, I'm a firecracker. That's true. That's true. But for summer, I will be a fucking teddy bear if need be. I just want you guys to know. I will be whatever I need to be for the sake of this baby. I'm not out to please humans. I'm out to please God. And I'm out to find this child that we so greatly love and want brought home. And the only way we're going to get that done is if we get the truth, right? If we get the truth. And let me tell you something. You guys worry about people answering a question with a lie. Well, when someone answers a question with a lie, you pretty much got the truth anyway. Right? You pretty much got the truth. So it is what it is. But you ain't going to get no answer by not getting, you're not going to get any answers at all by not letting someone talk. You're not going to get no answers. Right? None. So it's better to get whatever, and I think Donald's trying to answer things pretty much as truthfully as he can, right? I mean, like he said, I don't know why I said this. I don't know why I said this.
Imagine someone taking your daughter hostage.
Yeah.
Your beautiful daughter that you just got back, and they're playing games with your fucking head. Would you not want to kill them?
Yes, I would.
Now, how many other people do you think would play this to Don Wells and ask him about it? They wouldn't, but we did. They wouldn't, and you know why? Because they'd be afraid of upsetting him. I wasn't afraid to upset him in the least, right? Not at all. But he didn't get upset. He was truthful. He said, hey, I don't remember this. I don't know why I was doing this. Yeah, I was playing fucking games. Shouldn't have been doing that. Sorry. There you go. You got the answer. But no one else would have done that. I guarantee it. But we did. And we got the answers we were looking for. Right? And I'm grateful that Don came up here and gave those answers. And what I'm saying is, you know, Cher wouldn't have done that. Benny wouldn't have done that. Because they'd be scared to death that Don won't come back on their panel anymore. But Don will. He will. Because Don really wants to tell the truth. He wants to settle this once and for all. He wanted to settle it back then. These people wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him. I watched them. I watched him want to talk, and they shut him up and even click him off. Like they were doing him a favor. They played him for a damn fool. That's what they did. And he ended up playing them. He ended up playing them just like he played that little stunt there. And that's what was going on. And that's what screwed up Summer's whole case, was things like this. And Don now knows it. He understands that, you know, he let these people, he went to the wrong people and he let them totally fuck his daughter's whole case up. And she could have been found. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's start over. You know what? It's not too late. You know, it's not too late. As long as you got a breath in you, there's still time to get it done. So let's get it done. Right? He's willing to move forward with this. Let's get it done. Jam 420. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. This shit is making me sick. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. You were here for a shit show. You were here for an ugly shit show, and when it all didn't go the way you wanted it to, you need to get out. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You're in the wrong place. If you're in for true crime, then you're going to understand that, you know, it ain't always going to be a fucking shit show. A shit show ain't going to bring Summer home. We've done had a fucking 20-month shit show. And I'm going to tell you right now, shit show's over. It's over. Either the Wells are telling the truth about wanting to step up, clear themselves completely, and help find their child, or they're bullshitting us. You know, once again, and I'm going to tell you, it won't take long to figure out which one it is, right? It won't take long. But for right now, they seem pretty sincere about doing whatever it takes to get a clean slate. Let's start this over again and do it right. That's what, you know, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. And hey, I give everybody an opportunity, right? I give everybody an opportunity. You know, should Don ask TBI to close case to get info released? He don't have to ask TBI to close the case to get information released. Absolutely not. And at that point, the Wells would be fucking themselves by doing that, because this is a case on a minor, and actually law enforcement is allowed to lock it down. They're allowed to actually, because Summer's a minor and the case hasn't been solved, that would even give them a bigger upper hand, because then they could do what they call seal it. And nobody, it won't be public information for anyone, and it won't be even no information for the Wells. That case will be sealed. It will be sealed because it can be opened. It could be reopened at a later date. So they'd only be screwing themselves if they did such a thing. Yes, according to law enforcement, the Wells are suspects, and that's even more reason for the Wells to go on Steve Wilkos show, and for Donald to take that lie detector's test, get to sit his ass down in a chair, and then people would have to shut up, right? Most of it is public info, isn't it? No, absolutely not. When you've got a case like this, law enforcement only releases what they want you to know, and what they don't want you to know, you ain't going to know. And they don't waste no words with telling you they got information that absolutely ain't going to be disclosed to nobody, right? And that happened in Michael Vaughn's case. Michael Vaughn's case, law enforcement said we're not giving out any information that we don't want to give out. Don't even ask them questions, right? In the same way with Quentin's case, you heard law enforcement say, we are not answering those questions right now. We're sorry. No, don't ask that question. No, we're not answering your question as well, right? It was no. Don't even ask. So, and it's the same way with Summer's case. You ain't going to call up and they're just going to tell you all the shit. Absolutely not. No. You might get a slip here or there from someone you're talking to, but about the case that they probably shouldn't have said. But, you should have brains enough, if you get a slip, not to bring it out here on YouTube, to keep it to your damn self, because they shouldn't have slipped like that. And that's important information that don't need to be spread. God does know what happened. That's right. He does. But God also knows that, there's so many people out here who love this baby girl, and they're looking for answers. They're wanting answers. They need answers. And, and it is what it is. So, and most of all, God knows that her brothers need closure more so than anyone, because they feel, some guilt that they should not be feeling. And for their sake, I know God's going to pull this to the light. And at some point, we're going to know the truth. We're going to know the truth of what happened here. I know I serve a powerful God, and nothing is impossible. I mean, I serve a God that, made a man out of dirt, dust, and put him to sleep, took a rib and made a whole woman. So, There you go. Right? There you go. And I know my God has a son that was born here. Right? Through a woman that had not ever known a man. And I know that that son was raised, died on a cross, was raised in 3 days by his father, and descended back into heaven, where he sits at the right hand of his Father right now. And I know he'll always be with us. So, with that being said, through Jesus, he hears our prayers, and we're all praying for answers and to find this child. And you think God ain't going to let us? I think he is. There you go. Nancy Grace gave Summers' case about 5 minutes of attention. Like 5 fucking minutes. She ain't chewing nobody up and spitting anybody out. Not on this case anyway. I guess it's not big enough for her to chew on. Absolutely, Yogi. Lord, please help us. Please find Summer. Absolutely. And that right there should be all of our prayers, right? Every last one of us. I know I sure pray. I want to find Summer so bad. Yes. Summer will be 7. It's hard to believe. Yes. Oh, I wanted to tell everyone while you're here, you can, my mods are always putting out my Facebook. A lot of you are my friends on Facebook. So many of you are my friends on Facebook. Summer's Facebook. It's under Sissy Bible. I have a Facebook for Summer and other missing kids, Sissy Bible. And I also have an email also, and my mods will put it out in the chat. If my mods are in here, please put my email out and my Facebook name out here so that people can join. But I'm on Facebook a lot more than I'm in my emails here lately. So if you want to send a picture, or you want, if you want to make and snap a picture of something for Summer's birthday, I have one, I think a couple people have already sent me happy birthday cards and things like that for Summer that, they want me to add into her birthday party that we have each year at her birthday. We had one last year. We will have a birthday for her this year as well. I don't know if she's still with us, or I do believe that Summer is no longer with us. I believe she is in heaven in the arms of an angel. I truly believe that. And I truly believe that, everyone doing beautiful things for her here on earth and showing how much they care, I'm sure that she gets to see it. So, she'll still be 7, whether it's on earth or in heaven, she will still be 7. So we will celebrate her birthday here. If you would like to send anything and would like me to add it into her videos, please feel free to do that. You can do it through Facebook chat, or you can do it through my email, or you can post it on the wall. Just post it up on the wall of my Facebook, and I will get it, add your name to it, and make sure it's in the video. So I want to let everyone know that. I will do, our bucket list has holes. I will do. Yeah, so I just want everybody to know that. I will be putting everything together on the 3rd, because we will have her birthday on the 4th. February 4th, we'll be having Summer's birthday. And remember, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day is February 2nd. If the groundhog sees a shadow, we will have 6 more weeks of what they call bad weather. And if it does not see a shadow, we will have an early spring, from what, an old wife's tale, right? So anyway, I love Groundhog's Day, one of my favorite days. So I want everybody to know that February 2 is, for a lot of you, you're already in it. And for others, it's coming in on us, right? So, yes, tomorrow we will know, the weather. At least 6 weeks of it, right? Our bucket list has holes, says, oh no, we are freezing here in Michigan. That'll be something to pray for tonight. Please, Lord, don't let us see that shadow, right? For sure. I love Steve Wilkos too. I do. I absolutely adore that guy. Oh, wow. That is so cool. Daddy's birthday. Absolutely. That is beautiful. Good night. Good night, Grizzle. Good night. God bless and much love to you, hon. Okay. It is freezing here. We need spring. Absolutely. I was watching a family. I don't know why they popped up on my YouTube, but I was watching this family, and they just moved from Tennessee to Florida, and they're like, they were crying because Tennessee was like home to them, and they really didn't want, wasn't looking forward to the big move and everything. But they actually got to Florida and settled in a little while, and they are loving it. They are loving the fact that, they don't have to wear coats and bundle up, and right, they're just running around short sleeve shirts, and it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, yeah. Oh, that's so sweet. Our bucket list has holes. Grizzle, have a good night and God bless. Yeah, I'm going to go out of here too. I'm going to go out of here with everybody else. And I think I didn't expect it, like I said, we don't ever know what's going to happen here, right? We don't know. But hey, it is what it is. And I think we did a great job tonight. I think that, we made a lot of, we moved forward, not backwards. We moved forward tonight. We took some good steps, and I am so thankful. I'm so thankful for the caller. I'm so thankful for everybody and their questions in the chat. I am thankful for Donald coming up and answering all of those questions. Absolutely. So, it was a really good night. I appreciate it all. And my mods, I so thank you, each and every one of you, for helping me out tonight and keeping the chat under control. God bless. And much love to everyone that participated here tonight. I'm playing Summer's song out. I can already see the hearts and everything going up for her. As I ask every night, please, please, please pray. Pray for Summer. Pray that God answers our prayers. I know that it's getting pulled into the light. I know that. So please, we've got to focus where the focus needs to be now. Please, let's keep it there. Please, keep those prayers going up for this baby. Keep the prayers going up for Summer. That's what I ask. Every night I ask. Please pray for her. I know God's going to answer. I know He's going to answer. So please keep those prayers going up. Let's not give up now. Please don't. And please keep those prayers going up for my sweet Norway. Please keep them going up for sweet Norway. Just keep those prayers. We don't know what everybody needs, but God does. So let's pray for one another, please. Let's pray for one another. Yeah, in the name of Jesus Christ, right? Let's pray. And just keep the prayers going up. Yes, and for the boys. Keep those prayers going up for the boys. Absolutely. Keep those prayers going up for the boys. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good night. Much, much love.